My friends, it's Brian. You are never meant to overthink, to force outcome, to live in the fear of the unknown. You're starting to have this feeling like that deeper voice that you have within you, that inner whisper, has been attempting to point you the right direction that entire time. And that subtle voice, the one that says this way, is going to take you to your place of highest excitement. So today we're going to talk about 3 elements of connecting more into yourself. The first element is probably the reason why you're here. And that's that you're coming into this place of having more trust and faith, that there is something greater that's been attempting to point you the way of your truest authenticity and your highest excitement this entire time. This connection that you have to your higher self, this tether to something greater, to your soul guides and source, you're starting to believe that that greater team that you have has your back and they're looking out for you. And that's because that's the case. They are attempting to point you in the way of your raw authenticity and a life that would be truly inspiring to you. So you're starting to throw away this societal framework where logic is greater than that inner intuition. The logic, the math you've done in your mind historically, the calculus on certain decisions is starting to dissolve. And you're believing that coming into your center, into this present moment, is truly the most highest place, the greatest connection in which you can operate from. The second part of this is your gut and intuition. So first we have trust and faith. And then we align into and feel into our gut and intuition. You know, it's funny, there's this Steve Jobs quote, one of the most, in certain ways you'd think the most practical people. But he said specifically, I wrote it down, he said, have the courage to follow your gut and intuition. They somehow know what you already want to become. And that is what you're feeling more into now. That there's this practical world we operate in where there is some work we have to do and there's these practical brain steps that we have to take. But in terms of the higher guidance, the steps in the direction we want to go, moving into this present moment in that gut and intuition is going to point you the right way. Our human mind always wants to rationalize all these steps that we're going to take. And it wants to do that math and calculus of how every step is going to be laid out. But the simple following of our gut and intuition aligns us to the exact path where we want to be, provides us all the resources that we need on this path. So it's that subtle, calm knowing that's deep internally within us, and it's following that. Whereas in the past, you may have done like I did, which is you make directions in the opposite direction of fear. So the path that you end up choosing is the path away from fear. When sometimes this pathway that's tied to our gut and intuition that's truly exciting to us involves a human element of fear. But when we see it from that overseer's perspective and we simply move into it, knowing that we have this trust and faith in this higher guidance system, and our gut and intuition, which is connecting us to something greater, is pointing us that right direction, we can believe into that place where stepping in fear is the right thing for us. So the first step is trust and faith. The second step is courage to follow that gut and intuition. And the last step is just dropping outcome altogether. You know, we become so obsessed in this human space with how it will all unfold. But when we drop outcome altogether, we truly trust that the greater universe, that source, has a way of making things align to us that our brain would never practically see. When you're in this present moment and you understand the power of the universe and the power of everything behind you, your brain can literally not understand these improbable steps that will be aligned to take you down this path of highest excitement. And like I said earlier, the path that provides everything you need. So miraculous things will occur to you. Things will come seemingly out of nowhere to support you in this aligned path. All the resources will be given to you. All the connections that you need to make it to the place that you're seeking will all be given to you in the most improbable ways, because the greater universe works in ways that we can't even comprehend. But when we align to this guidance and we take on that vibration and we raise ourselves in being connection to all around us and our higher self, everything is moved to support us. It's an energy shift for us to move into this higher alignment and connect to everything around us, and then emit this new vibration that begins to resonate in coherence with the world around us and attract what we need. So these are the 3 steps: trust and faith that we're supported by something much greater, following that inherent gut and intuition that's inside of us, it's pointing us the right direction at all times, and dropping outcome altogether. And when we do this, we know that we don't have to figure it all out. We simply step in that path of alignment and watch everything unfold naturally in front of us. I know you're going to take this and do great things. Thank you so much as always. I'll talk to you soon.